What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be working on this dually again. We got a long list of parts. I got to get the transmission cross member bolted in, get the transmission mount on the transmission. We got the bracket kit in for the alternator and AC. We're going to get that mocked up, try to get that bolted in today. I got them painted last night, did all that. We got a new valve cover with an oil cap that goes in it since we had to delete the front one. We're gonna pull all these off and paint them, get them all red so we have a little contrast on the engine. We also have a new AC condenser because the old one that came off the truck was no good. It had a big hole in it, so we're gonna try to get the radiator, the AC condenser, and the intercooler mocked up today. That way we can start putting the front end of the truck back on. Once we get all that done, I'm going to wire up the engine, which is basically just a couple of sensors: oil pressure, coolant temp sensor, and wire up the fuel shut-off solenoid. So key on power, the truck will start; turn it off, it'll turn off. That's all it takes on these motors. Got new bolts for the starter, so we're gonna bolt the starter on. We got a lot of work to do today, but if we get most of this done, we're gonna be a lot closer to starting it and driving this truck. Because after that, it's going to be exhaust, drive shaft, and there's a guy online. We got to order the stuff to control the overdrive on this Dodge transmission, since we got rid of the 480E and got rid of all that stuff. And I don't want to be flipping a toggle switch all day long while driving it. So I'll keep y'all in the loop. So I'm going to try to keep y'all updated on it throughout the day while we're doing this. I'm going to try to record as much as I can and talk to y'all, let y'all know what's going on. Other than that, we're going to get at it. Alright, so I got the alternator bracket bolted on, got the alternator mocked up. Next I'm going to try to do the AC side, but I'll give you a look at what we got going on. These brackets came from Auto World Cummins, which their website is Cummins Diesel Repowers. It's pretty nice stuff because it lets me use all the factory alternator and air conditioning compressor off the 92 Chevy dually on the Cummins motor. It's pretty simple too. It's got 3 bolts on top. It's got 1 bolt right back there, and then it's got the bracket set up for the alternator, and you're all good to go. Just got to run your wires to it. It comes with a new double pulley fan pulley. That way you can run, because the alternator runs on a separate belt than what the AC compressor is going to run off of in the water pump. I'm gonna get the water or the AC compressor, try to get that mounted up first. I got to drill this hole out to a 3/8 and this one to a 7/16 down on the bottom. Once that's done, I'm gonna try to get the fan switched over from the old mounting bracket to the new one, because the new one moves it down and over. And then once we get there, I'm gonna start trying to mount the radiator. So we can get the radiator mounted, I can start figuring out the AC condenser and the intercooler and get the whole front of the truck put back together. Alright, so we got a little progress update. We got the radiator mounted. We use these brackets, we had to modify them a little bit. Bought those at Summit. Got the AC, the alternator mounted up. We got the AC condenser mounted in. Now we're working on getting the intercooler mounted. We had to do a little bit of cutting on the core support. We had to move the condenser further back, closer to the radiator. We already got the fan shroud test fitted. We're just waiting on a couple things. We got to get a new tensioner. It's on its way from Amazon. We got the headlights put on, so we make sure the intercooler is going to clear all that. We're looking good so far. Once we get that on, we're going to have to modify the hood latch bracket. And then we're going to try to test fit the grill on. At that point, we get basically the whole front end put back together, and then everything that's left is under the hood. So we're making good progress today. I'm hoping we get most of this done today, Tuesday. We can try to finish a few things up. And then I just got to wait for my next paycheck, and then we'll get the exhaust done and hopefully the drive shaft. So I'll let you know once we get a little more updates. All right, what's going on, everybody? Yesterday we got a lot of work done on the truck. I didn't get to do a lot of recording. Everybody in the neighborhood decided to do yard work yesterday. So the audio was kind of horrible because all you heard was yard equipment working. But I'll show you kind of what we got going on so far. So yesterday we did get the intercooler, the AC condenser, and the radiator mounted. The radiator's not out right now. We tried to test fit a mechanical fan in there. It's not going to work. We're just going to go with a dual electric fan setup, its own fan shroud and all that. But we got the intercooler in there. Had to modify this bracket a little bit and get some clearance on it. Got the headlights bolted on. Got the AC compressor and the alternator done. We painted the valve covers red, kind of match the outside of the truck, break up the color on the engine a little bit. One good news is we got the intercooler piping off the Dodge, and it actually works very well in this truck. So we don't have to buy new intercooling piping. We don't have to do none of that. Worked well on the driver's side as well. It's right down snug right there, but it's not hitting anything. It shouldn't hit anything even with engine flex. Got starter bolted on down there. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. You got the transmission mounted to the cross member. I had to drill some holes in the frame since we had to move the cross member a little bit forwards. Get that bolted in. Then once I do that, today I'm working on the AC stuff. I couldn't find any lines for this truck. It's kind of an oddball deal. So I'm just trying to clean these ones up a little bit, and we're gonna bolt it up, fill the compressor with oil, put all new O-rings on everything. I bought a kit and all new O-rings and stuff. We're gonna have a new dryer accumulator. We got the new condenser on yesterday, new compressor. So we're gonna start with that. Hopefully this next week I can get the fans bought for it and get the fans bolted in. And hopefully we can get the drive shaft done, which that will give us a chance to start the truck up, make sure everything's going to work right after I get all the wiring done. And then after that, just be exhaust and hooking up all the little stuff, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so a little update going on. Today my dad and I moved the engine further back. So the other day, once we got the radiator and everything mounted, we're having issues. The fan clutch was hitting the actual radiator. We got to move back now. We got some pretty good room between the fan and the radiator now. So I'm gonna get more work done today, but that took us a while to get the mounts repositioned and to get it all moved back. So now I got room. What's going on, everybody? Yesterday we got this truck running finally. We got a video of it running, but my camera lost that footage. So I'm gonna give you all another video of it running. That way y'all can see what we accomplished. So there we go. We got it running finally. Now we just gotta clean up all the wiring. We still need to get the drive shaft made. But we're looking good so far. Shouldn't be too much longer. I'll keep y'all updated on that, and hopefully by the end of the month this thing will be up and running, or I can drive it.